Gang! Because we always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans, my college football fans in general. In this video, we will be dissecting the most important headlines, the hottest topic in college football going into week 2. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's have this discussion.
Y'all go like and subscribe.
So 4-star linebacker Blake Nicholson will be making his decision. Well, his commitment date is set for September 20th, 9:30 on 247 Sports YouTube channel. He will make his decision between 3 teams. This is a 6'3", 200-pound linebacker. Florida State, Oregon, and UCLA. Where will he go? You'll have to wait, tune in and find out. Controversy has struck its head. It's out in the air, guys. As you guys know, Texas and Alabama will be taking on each other in week 2. Alabama will make the road trip to Texas to take on the Longhorns. Now, the band will not be making that trip. I'm talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide band. Apparently, they did not like the seating that they was being given to play at Texas. So they decided they will not travel with the team. From what I'm hearing, from what I'm seeing, they would have to sit in the nosebleeds. Now, as college football fans, most of us do not care about Alabama's band. I've never heard anybody said, ooh, Alabama's band is the topic of the week or the topic of a day, an hour, a minute, a second, none of it. So quite irrelevant in my book. Let's just see if Texas can actually hang with Alabama. Now, sticking to Alabama and Texas, reporters sat down with Nick Saban and he aired out some rumors, basically canceling out all those negative narratives that was put out basically when Nick Saban took the job at Alabama. Now, Texas was being mentioned, and basically he said that he was never interested. He never talked to those folks. The media basically ran with the story. He has much respect for Matt Brown and would have never taken the job in the first place. That's tough. Now, The Block, a 247 sports show and podcast, had created some very controversial conversation. Now, Florida Gators quarterback Anthony Richardson is being compared to Vince Young and Cam Newton. Now, I'm not quite sure if you guys saw the Utah versus Florida game. Florida has gotten a lot of momentum since. They have jumped into the top 25 at number 12 to be exact. Performance by Anthony Richardson is being praised around college football, but I'm not quite sure if it does deserve the magnitude of a Vince Young or a Cam Newton. Those two quarterbacks were very dynamic, and they also went on to win national championships. As of right now, I don't see Anthony Richardson going on to win championships. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comment section down below. Tanner Morgan was the highest rated Big Ten quarterback in week 1 with a grade of 86.5. Now, following right behind him is the Buckeyes, or Ohio State that is, quarterback C.J. Stroud, one of the Heisman's, candidates for 2023. Hype, a lot of hype around him. So week 1 didn't quite, beat out, Morgan, but nonetheless, he's still somebody to watch. Ohio State do have a plethora of wide receivers to throw to. Also on that list is Martz of Wisconsin. Yeah, we'll check that out to see if he can continue to build on the efforts given in week 1. The Clemson Tigers head coach Dabo Swinney has signed a 10-year, $115 million deal to stay with Clemson all the way up to 2031. Dabo Swinney, a 2-time national champion, 6-time ACC champion, and a couple more, appearances to the college football playoffs, has put it in writing that he will be staying put right there at Clemson. South Carolina. yards after catch, or like we would like to call it in college football terms, yak. Well, amongst this list is Kenny McIntosh out of Georgia, the Bulldogs. As you guys know, over the weekend, they did run right through Oregon. Yes, it was not close. It was not pretty. It was not pretty. But 126 yards after catch is what he ranked in, making him #1 on the list of yaks. Also following on that same list, you have Trayvon Robinson with 106 yards, and also on that list, Isaiah Williams with 102 yards. Wake Forest quarterback Sam Hartman is back on the roster, is back ready to go, is back ready to play again. The All-ACC quarterback cleared to return after basically going through procedures last month to remove blood clots. So I know there's a lot of Florida State fans that's watched the channel that was basically writing off Wake Forest because they don't have a steady quarterback. Well, he's back and he's ready to go. So that should be an interesting, matchup to see, Florida State versus Wake Forest. Also, all the other opponents that was writing off Wake Forest because of their quarterback situation. Okay, guys, and to wrap up the hottest topics of college football after week 1, we have a snippet from the press conference with none other than LSU's new head coach, Brian Kelly, addressing the media for being late, and it was shocking to hear the response of one of the credentialed media analysts. Let's hear it.
That we'll open it up to this late arriving media crowd that must have enjoyed the weekend. That's usually $10 that we put in the kitty. We'll have a big bash at the end of the year at my place. I don't think it has anything to do with winning. I think it has to do with being on time.
Hammer game. Let's go. Hammer game. Hammer game, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
Hammer game.
Hammer game. Hammer game. Hammer game.
We always hit the nail on the head.
Hammer game. 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 Hammer game.
Hammer, hey, hammer.